Hey, what is going on, guys? Tony here with a lunch break special RC Conspiracies. We knew this day was coming. 9/12/19 has been teased for the past month or so by Axial, letting us know that something big was coming, or something goat-like was coming. Yeah, we went looking into the name. Anything we could find, we were trying to figure out what Axial had for us. And what's cool, guys, is I think we were pretty close. We were wrong on the tires, that's for sure. It doesn't actually look like it comes with tires, so we were definitely off on that. However, they don't list that as a part that you need to get, and so that might be a little oversight on, at least on the Horizon Hobby site that we've seen so far this morning. But we got people in the chat already. Wow, even on lunch break here, at least on the East Coast. We got Earl RC in there. We've got, I saw RC Fest Studio Productions. Midlife RC is in the house. We've got Earl After Run RC, JP Slayer. And so some people are already talking. Earl's already saying that I'm late. Sorry about that. Just trying to pull all of it together on my lunch break. So the stuff has come out. There's been a leak out at the Axial camp, and it's been spotted in the wild. They haven't actually leaked it, but they've finally shown the existence of something called the Axial Capra. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm actually digging it a lot. So we've got a few people on their lunch breaks. That's awesome. I just want to quickly go over some of this and just kind of take a quick look at it. Again, some of the stuff that we were trying to guess looks like we were right on. Some of it, was pretty obvious from the drawings. And then, but I do have like side-by-sides from what we were looking at and what we were thinking it would be as well. So let's quickly jump over to that. Guys, earlier, I'm working on people and part of the group are... saw that the RC Conspiracies group I'd posted for the stickers that they wanted them, and so I've been working on those. I did a printout with a bunch of writing on it that's blowing out on here. A little note that'll come with the stickers. I dropped the stickers I was going to show you guys. So there's the stickers I got in the mail from Vinyl Disorder. Great price, came in really quick. They're quality, and so I'm digging it. But yeah, Theo is in here, says, hey, I'm French. Very cool, welcome. So yeah, I've got that going on. If you guys don't know about it, I think a lot of you do, but there is a group that we have on Facebook for the RC Conspiracists. That's the people that are part of the group. And so there's also a couple people on Instagram. I hadn't given out the free 20 yet that I was going to give. That's what I had stamps for to ship them out. And so we do have those going out here very soon. Quickly show you guys. Here is the group page that we have. People have been posting. Here we're letting you know when we're going live in 5. Something else we'll be looking at. Smart technology from Spectrum. Tara RC Martin posted this up. I saw it on Facebook and grabbed it and posted it over. Watched the video. It's going to be really cool. They've got all the technology and all that built right into the ESCs now for giving you all kinds of goodies about your vehicle that you can look up either through an app or even on your 5C or your 5 Rugged or the 6, I believe also. So you can see here right away this morning we're posting videos, all the content. Here, people looking at stuff, the crawl space, looking at it. Other just funny stuff about aliens because we're kind of playing that theme up a little bit. So last night or early this morning, I'd said the wait is over. And then Robert posted in here and showed us that it was actually kind of leaked a little bit early by modelflight.com.au. And everyone was freaking out because of the price, $629. Well, guess what? It's awesome. It's $300 less than that in the U.S. This is Australian pricing, so in the U.S. it is $329, which is a pretty good deal. So we're going to go ahead and quickly look at the vehicle itself, and you can see the price here listed, pending being released. So I'm going to jump over to the different screen, and quickly we'll first of all get into the chat, and then we'll go from there. See what you guys are thinking so far. Earl says can't wait to get his stickers. A couple people in here talking about stickers. 11 Charlie RC has jumped in. Robert's jumped in. Revan Sons RC. What's going on, man? So there's a couple things that I really like about this. There's one kind of like meh part about it, which actually has to do with the axles, which is what I'm excited about, but it's a little bit of a meh. So I guess we'll have to see about the quality of the plastics. I know people, Harley Designs and others, have been talking about them using better plastics in these upcoming Axial release, being this one. So people are saying price isn't bad. It does have dig, which we said. That was one of our guesses. 1.9 tires, a little bit wider axle. We'll look at a couple things in the video. I don't want to play a lot of it, just copyright reasons and all that. But since we're doing it in order to talk about it, we do get away with it a little bit. So we will be looking at that. So let's go ahead and jump over to my web browser here. And you can see the 1.9 unlimited trail buggy. It's the Capra. And so I'm going to actually quickly show you what we were saying it might look like, which was this Wraith 2 kind of real design. And it's kind of similar as far as a lot of the components go. However, the front end looks completely different because they've opted for like a faux headlight and grill and all that instead of just bringing the cage around the front. And so I don't know the reasoning behind that. But I do like the look of the new one. I kind of would have probably liked this cage look a little better. But, you know, there's probably some reasoning behind their choice. So jumping back to what we're actually looking at, which is this one here. You see the video that they've got here. And there's two spots in this video that I kind of want to show you guys. So I'm going to make sure that it's muted. And it's not. I didn't plug into the system, so now it's muted. And I'm going to jump right away to 43 seconds in, because this is where we're going to see the dig being used. So it's pretty capable looking, but you can see the rear end. They've locked it up here to make their tight corner, and they're working the front end while kind of locking the back end in place and then kind of letting it slide when they're ready. So I thought that was really cool. And then at about 125 in here, it's actually right here. This rock that they're approaching, I looked at it and I was like, nah, not going to happen. Especially when you get that rear end in there and you've got to come up over that. Couple things, they have the crack to work, which helped. But, I mean, it's really steep right there. And they're able to pull it up anyway. And I'm just really impressed with that. It has really great approach because there's no front bumper. It's got really good exit angles because the rear end has no bumper and it's kind of tucked. And those axles are just fantastic looking in the width and the clearance that they're getting. I don't want to see more videos. You can see a good shot of it here, but there's also more down below. But seeing it actually in person running was way cooler to me. You see the plastic a little better. Product shots always make the plastic look even more plastic and shiny and cheap in my mind, or I guess that's how my mind sees it. So when you actually see the videos and you see the plastics, it just looks a lot better to me. My cat's coming up here to say hello. You'll probably hear some meowing. So those two spots in the video I thought were really cool. Looks like it's really capable. Those axles are working real nice. Really great flex on it. And you know, it's a little bit wider than I expected, which is great for crawling and especially, you know, when you get on a side hill. It'll be interesting how it fits on some of the bridges and things that people do with the gaps, because it looks a little wider than an SCX10 but shorter than a Wraith, and so that'll be interesting. So there it is. It's gray, red and blue and white in this particular iteration of it. I don't know if there's going to be other color options. I do like their green and black stuff with their logo. I kind of wish there was a little bit of that. It would look really good with the RC Conspiracies sticker on it. Just saying. Let me jump back after we're watching this, see what you guys are saying in the comments here. Darren Mead has jumped in. Bob Raven. Revan Sun says, sure looks like it will be a goat. I don't know what he means. Maybe greatest of all time. He says, I see stuff I like and things I don't trust on paper, but would love to build one and find out for himself. I hear you, man. So it's pretty impressive watching the video of it. Earl is asking, do you think they'll have the ability to do 4-wheel steering? That'll be interesting, because if you just buy a rear axle, I don't know why not. I don't know why you couldn't add the components on to do it. I know that if you take a front axle and flip it, you're going to run into some things because it is a portal and it's not going to be as easy maybe to swap the diff around. So it all depends on how the diff is set up and if you can just flip it. So that'll be interesting to find out. Harley just did a video about doing that for his, putting an axle in the rear, a portal one, that he had to do some weird design stuff with. So looking down the side, you can see that the links here are like straight. They're almost like parallel to the ground, which is so interesting and so cool. There's so much clearance that this truck has. I do like the molded, it's molded plastic, several pieces screwed together. I think it's all right. I think it looks good. There's an interesting, I was trying to figure out all morning how the battery fit in there. So I was working on some stuff and just kind of thinking, like, where's the battery going to go? It's got to be a shorty, or got to be some kind of small battery pack. And it does. I did find when Axial finally put their page up where the battery went, and that it does take shorty packs. And so I don't know if there's going to be shorty 3S packs, or if people are going to be running drone batteries, or what we're going to be doing with these things. That's to come and be figured out, I think, here soon. Swampers RC says no tires and wheels come with it. It does come with the rims. It comes with bead locks. It does not come with tires, but it does have the wheels. So it's $329, and it doesn't have the tires. So you're seeing the Proline high rack. So you do get that inner bead lock, but you don't get the tire. It says it works with pretty much any 1.9. You see it's got the molded drivers in here. They've gone and opted for the 2-driver setup. Some of these moon buggies has like a center driver. I do like the 2. I think it fills space, makes it easier to kind of hide some stuff and still make it look decent. Got the fuel cell in the back. Looks great. Light bar. I could have done without a light bar. I mean, going back to the real one, doesn't have a light bar. A lot of them, light bar, hit or miss. It's extra money, and I'd have probably rather had some tires. But I also make a lot of videos, and I don't like the lights shining in the camera when I'm making the videos, so I'm kind of, and I always destroy the lights. Like, anytime I have lights on my cars, I end up screwing them up, and I don't feel like spending the money to get them fixed. RC Basher Boy is here announcing his presence, and will start making fun of my headphones here very soon. Welcome, RC Basher Boy. It does have the Curry F9 axles. Now, here's the one piece that I like, is that they are the portals. They're Curry, but they are completely solid one-piece axles. And so that's where we're going to have to see where the durability comes in, because if you bust one of these axles at what would normally be like the C-hub carrier, and you just take out 2 screws and replace that end, now you've got to replace a whole axle. And it's one much longer and more work to do that, a lot more work to do that, but it's also more expensive, way more expensive to replace a whole axle. So that's my one meh. I hope that, on my trucks, I haven't broken that many C-hub carriers on my SCX10s. So, but these have the longer plastic pieces that are running the portals, and who knows what kind of extra stress that's going to take. And especially if you're taking on rocks and you fall off of rocks. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think about the solid piece. Having that upper brace, though, I was thinking about it. There could be companies like the other thing that this does is it limits companies like Beef Tubes from making their standard tubes that slide into the axles to add weight down low. And so I'd posted that on there because somebody was saying that they were going to need to add beef tubes to it. And I said it's going to be a little bit more difficult. I do think, I guess you could go in through the ends where the axle comes in from the outsides because it's portal. I guess it still opens up there. I think it would be cool to actually like cut off and put a brass end on and use that upper top piece so that it won't spin. So you leave the plastic and then you'd bring your metal so it'd come up around that so it wouldn't twist. And then you'd screw in from the side and maybe the bottom. But that upper brace, if you cut that out underneath it, would give you something to ride up over if you split the metal and your C-hub carrier. It would keep it from twisting. So I think that could be an interesting thing that somebody could do. But it's only for the more advanced people that are willing to cut into a pair of axles. So there is that. But I do think, having looked at it from the side now, when they're opened up, which we'll look at down here, they could potentially slide something in this bottom left picture. You could slide a tube in maybe through there. So, yeah, so there, I guess it looks like you probably could flip that diff, that ring and pinion, around if you were going to try and do force steer and use a front axle. It kind of looks like you could. But you can see that they have the spiral cut ring and pinion, a little bit of their HD gear set kind of going on. Have we hit the transmission yet? No. Okay, so here it is. The transmission, here you see the, so it is the Curry F9 portal axles. It says high pinion gears, even the locker. And it's got all metal transmission, including a steel for your dig as well. But the internals here look cool. It is going to mean that we're going to have to buy another servo. You can just get a cheap one probably for operating this. Let's hit up the comments for a second, then we'll keep on going. I know you guys have a lot you're saying. Bull Gear says brass plate connected to the upper brace. That could work. Bob Raven says maybe they could cut the tubes into little pieces and stack inside the axle, or halves or something. But I think they'll be able to get them in through the side. It all depends on what the clearances are. I'm going back here really quickly through some of your comments, see if there's anything I want to pull out that I can quickly see. Steve O.D. from the 313 just jumped in. So the dig transmission looks really great. Metal gears, that's a plus. I really am liking what they've done with like the locker, and they do have bearings in here. So, all right. Thank you, Steve O.D. I don't know where we are. Okay, here were the square universal axle sets. The Wildboard drive shafts, the plastic ones here on the right. Bottom left are the links, and the right is the steel pivot balls that I was talking about. You can see the skid plates here on the bottom side. The screw pattern definitely looks like it's a brand new chassis plate to me. The skid plate it does have the large bore aluminum shocks I was saying, and it has the red. You can see what we're looking at is the front spring here because of the. You can see the servo, and it does have the red spring up there. So red springs front, green firm in the rear. It makes sense. There's the tray, and you do get the wheels, you just don't get the tires. So you're gonna have to supply tires. And then it's showing here the stickers and all that come with it, and I'm just hoping that we get to paint them ourselves. I hope they come clear and we paint and then apply stickers. And there are some black and green axial stickers and grays and all that. So I think we'll have some options. That's all I'm saying. The realistic interior covers over where the ESC tray is going to be, and the battery tray is then over to the right side picture there, and that's hidden underneath the hood, which has screws in it, as you can see in this right photo here. But underneath that, those are screwing into a plastic piece that basically you just use underbody clips, and so you'll be able to reach under and pull the clips out, and then your hood will flip open like on the 1.9 Wraith, and you can get to the battery tray. So it's a plastic servo horn. It does have a metal insert in it, so you get the flexibility of the plastic horn, but you have a little bit of durability in the metal to metal servo connection. But the battery tray, it says, is mounted underneath, and it's for a shorty pack, which I talked about earlier. So overall, guys, I'm thinking it's awesome. Here's what it says you need. You need transmitter, receiver, ESC, motor, a standard servo, steering servo, a micro servo. It does say here you need tires. It didn't say that when we were looking earlier on the Horizon site. Charger, batteries, paint. So you do need paint. I should have read all the way down. I feel like an idiot. Gosh. So that is a quick look at the Axial Capra. We've been talking about it. We've been guessing what we thought it was going to be, and a lot of our guesses were right. We guessed the tires wrong because it comes with none, but we got a lot of the other things right. So Rev and Son's heading back to work. I'm going to be getting ready to head back to work too. Again, thank you, Steve-O, for pointing out that I was on the wrong screen. I was just watching what I was doing and not paying attention to what the computer was doing. Oh, Conspiracy RC Basher Boy says, notice that Tony's wearing an Axial cap. He has connections inside Axial Conspiracy. Ooh, that is a good one. I hadn't thought about that one, Basher Boy. That could be something. But no, I actually bought this hat at Horizon Hobby. It's like $25 plus shipping. I think it's like $30 shipped. My Gravedigger one was getting pretty beat, and I was looking for a new one, and they didn't have the Gravedigger one I like, and all the rest of them were kind of, I'll be honest, guys, a lot of the monster truck stuff's kind of hokey. You know, they've geared it so much toward kid with all flames and weird stuff. I just wanted the standard black and gray with a skull. Had flames, but it was done well. So, yeah. The price on this Steve OD is $329.99. How's it going? Rich Homan just joined in. We're just wrapping up. So hopefully it DVR'd it for you. This is something that I think I'm going to be getting. And I'd be very excited about. Other than the part about having to build it. I do like RTRs. But I'm getting better about building. As long as the shocks are somewhat built. I hate building shocks. But, yeah, so thanks for tuning in, guys. RC Conspiracies. I was going to show you guys one other thing. I think we kind of looked at it quickly. Maybe we'll do it a little bit later. Not tonight, but maybe it's part of a different one. But Spectrum does have this new Smart series, and they've just announced the new Smart ESC. That's going to give you all of your telemetry stuff right inside of your controller. and or an app that they have. So I'm guessing, I don't know if it's going to do it Bluetooth. We're going to have to find out more about that. But they've got a compatibility chart, and so yeah, I'm excited to see more about that, because I don't usually do the telemetry, because you've got to like put probes and different things around, and as a basher I just rip it out and destroy it, and you know, it's wasted money is what it ends up being for me. But having it built in like this and be able to access it, they've been doing it with showing it with computers, all that stuff on the video. You should check it out. Spectrum, new ESC, it's called the Firma, and then they've got the Avian for the flying guys. But yeah, forget those guys. We're talking service here. So that's something. But again, yeah, be sure to check out the RC Conspiracies over here on Facebook. If you guys sign up, I'll approve you. It just happens like that. It's actually aliens, but I'm going to take the credit for it. They run the show. I'm just doing what they say. All right, everybody else is running. I got to run too. Rich, thanks for tuning in late. Maybe you get to check it backwards. And we'll see you guys. Hope you have fun RCing. Keep the conspiracies coming in. It's a lot of fun on my end, seeing all the stuff that you guys are showing me, and it's given me lots of ideas for stuff that we can talk about in the future. Monday nights at 9:30, and then little extras as conspiracies that we talk about are revealed. I'll try and do quick little ones in there to just say, "Ha, we got it right," or "We were way off." Hope I don't have to say that very often. You guys are pretty smart, so we'll catch you later. Actually, we're going to go to the other screen. Be sure to subscribe. Click one of the links to the side.